What? No British spelling of any words? At least add a UE to a word like a good chap. Starting your show with 5 full seconds of black screen royal coughing, followed by another 20 seconds of hacking blood into a toilet. Can we maybe hold out on the full black lung experience for at least the first 15 minutes? No, really. That cough, man. I don't know what's going on with him physically, but this has literally made my stomach turn. I have no desire to watch the rest of this pilot, so I suppose we're done here? Also, this guy is the king, right? Isn't he duty-bound to let people know about this? I haven't seen a world leader shirk their responsibility to their nation this bad since Harrison Ford stowed away on his own plane. Doctor, who is that?
And knight companion of our most noble order of the Garter.
This is not what I remember for garter ceremonies. If I'm remembering correctly, Claire Foy is supposed to be removing a garter from Matt Smith's leg with her teeth and then throwing it to a group of women to determine who the next queen will be. Did no one on this show study their history? Leaving floral shrapnel on the table.
Must you really smoke? You know how I hate it.
And even though it's completely commonplace, I'm mentioning it now because the audience needs to know my thoughts on the subject, as it's important to my father's eventual death from it. Oh look, another Game of Thrones Westworld type introduction with ponderous close-ups of slowly moving elementals set to moody music. This is a full minute of absolute piffle, and here's 10 cents for making me sit through it. I wonder what Wolferton is, and why it splashes. Oh, I do hope it's a right adorable puppy dog and finds himself unexpectedly taking a dip in the pond.
It's probably just the cold weather.
Right, which is why the streets are covered in blood every winter. Even in the 50s, this would have been an insane thing to say or believe, especially when you're the king.
There was a young lady named Sally.
As if it wasn't impressive enough that he's tying this tie from the front with passing attention, he also recites a perfect limerick. I refuse to believe there is any human that possesses both of those skills and can perform them simultaneously.
She always spelled with a K.
That's not funny. That's just poor spelling.
You'll be fine.
And little did he know in that singular moment, he had passed her the gift of immortality. Wow, it really is incredible the makeup job to make him look like Churchill here. I can barely even tell that's Gary Oldman under there.
Come along, Winston.
Waiting 5 seconds and thinking that makes any difference. Okay, but why does everyone like Winston so much? I mean, sure, he has a top hat. Oh, I get it now. It's the top hat.
Has Winston no shame?
These two step out into the aisle to have a full conversation at a royal wedding, just so they can Statler and Waldorf in some exposition on the political rivalries. The greater portion of this section of the episode contains him singing a wedding and the Brits. 3 things not exactly known for their level of excitement. And honestly, I'm not sure how much longer I'll be able to fight off my impending monarcholepsy. Discount Maggie Smith.
Hi, Philip.
Hi, Philip.
Is this wedding still going on? Are we really going to sit here through the entirety of the vows? And it's not even the cool write your own kind, but the boring standard ones. How long does it take to say man and wife? Say man and wife.
No way, 3 sisters aren't here.
Whispering during a service. My grandmother once whispered like this during a church service. She looked up at the ceilings, which were painted black, and loudly exclaimed, "Good heavens, this is not a godly color for a church ceiling. I've never seen a black ceiling before." Upsetting if you ask me. We never returned to that church.
To heaven to hold.
Well, damn it. Now I really do have to look up historical facts and find out if the queen was this nervous at her wedding. Oh, turns out they're cousins, so that's probably it.
You overestimate her.
You underestimate her.
Yes, but does anyone properly mate her? Wait.
You look at the mother.
Dressed as a nun.
Except she wasn't a nun until 2 years after this wedding. It's like you don't think we can look up the actual photos and see she was wearing blue jeans and a Skinner t-shirt. Ollie, old boy, how many furtive glances should we have Margaret give to Petey boy before the audience gets their hooking up on the down low? Well, Bob, we got the obvious one at the ceremony. Shouldn't that be enough? Oh no. Let's make it her defining characteristic for the entire episode so it gets a right proper pounding. Hey, you're the boss, Bob. Also, you said pounding. Saying 12 months instead of just 1/10 of a decade. This 8mm position is poorly centered and aged just so we get its home movies from the camera that was gifted earlier. If this was in-movie film, shouldn't it still look pretty good? Also, it has text on it? Did they add that themselves? Either way, reading. Wait, they had Snapchat? The royal family was way more ahead of the curve than I remembered. I hope the next one is that TikTok from 1954 where Philip and Elizabeth gave themselves those anime faces and then got dragged for cultural appropriation. Wearing a shirt on topless rowing team day.
My dear husband,
will soon no longer be Lieutenant Mountbatten.
Pronouncing lieutenant, lieutenant. Seriously, I can handle the occasional silent P, but I will not stand for the invisible F. I have to say, on the list of intricacies, intrigue, and inside world of the royals that I was hoping this show might cover, I don't remember listing watching the king get his nasty cancer lung removed in graphic detail. Oh, and now we're going back to the Walter Reed Operating Theater for even more lung removal shenanigans. Great.
Who won? Who won?
The entire first week of November, every 4 years.
What are structural alterations?
Ah, I see we've reached the oh-so-important structural alterations portion of the...
She needs me.
Who?
Her.
Oh, her.
Winston pronoun game so hard here, I swear it might actually be his kink. Suckling your cigar.
I saw that.
Yeah, because it's pretty obvious. I'm honestly not sure if it's the writing or the performances, but while most of this show feels prestige-y, this real-life affair B-plot feels like it's being played out in an episode of Melroyal's Place.
It's time we gave that blockage a name, sir.
I was always told not to name the things you don't intend to keep. What situation would lead to this many people knowing the train was coming this way, but just now running up to see it? Maybe the situation where the cinematographer wanted a sense of motion and urgency in his shot? Like, look at these people. Was the director like, all right, extras, you're just running happy-go-lucky into the yard to catch a glimpse of the motorcade? And then someone observed, but the motorcade has already passed by, so why are we... Run, damn it! Oh, Philip got the jacket with the nice blue screen fringe on the outside. Very chic.
What about the children?
The children will be fine.
Without their parents for months on end.
This lover spat about not being present for the kids is nice dramatic tension and all, but remember that Malta trip? In the real world, Philip and Elizabeth didn't even take their kids to that, so I honestly doubt parental negligence was ever a real conversation between these two. Early morning bagpipers.
What's the weather like today? Rather misty at the moment, sir.
Treating your butler like his name is Alexa.
I'm not sure that's the correct address for the King of England.
Presenting his royal highness. Also, wouldn't Georgie boy know that he's not actually the King of England? There hasn't been a King of England since 1707. I mean, it's not like he'd say the King of Great Britain and Northern Ireland in this situation, but he probably would just go with the King. Also, f*** you, the Crown, for the addition of was Philip sporting slumber lumber when the King woke him to my growing list of fact-checking Google searches for today.
I thought Wolferton Splash.
Royal commercials.
We'll be all right. My son-in-law's a naval man.
We will, if I can handle a frigate.
That is no way to speak of your future queen.
There's a lot of glare coming off that dome of yours, squirrel nuts!
Do you hear the ding in your head when you watch movies? I hear it all the damn time, especially around the holidays, and I'm done hiding my damn dings. I'm gonna wear them proudly, like a goddamn YouTube Grinch. If you want to do the same, you can grab this limited edition monstrosity from our store. Merry Dingmas, everyone.
By the power vested in me by my father, King Edward, I dub thee Sir William.
There he is, Mr. Ebenezer Scrooge.
Take thee, Philip,
To my wedded husband,
to my wedded husband.
to have and to hold.
Boring!
And you are the right person for me. But I do have some bad news. There is a bomb at this wedding as well.
What?
Your butt. Your butt is the bomb. What's that?
What's in the box?
I can't believe it. A real gourmet kitchen and I get to watch.
And your little dog, too.
Who is this man?
Jack, the Pumpkin King.
Just a little.
You didn't smile, because I'm not happy, Brenda. I'm in day drag.
And the second question?
What is your quest? To seek the Holy Grail.